Hey, yo, what's going on with once again, bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters? This is the one, the only, of course, Mr. Nintendo's on the free 2011, aka Crimson Guy 2009, and of course, you guys on the Roasted Interest channel. Before I begin, definitely check out freedomno.com. Of course, there's not many people on official channel, man, or design and a picture specifically made just for you. I'll put the links to all their social media networking accounts in as responsible, and of course, their business partnership program, and the links in always included. Best partnership I've ever had, and of course, check them on Google as well. So today, today, my friends, this is about 3, 4 days old already. I'll probably be 4 days old by the time I upload it. If you're living on the East Coast, it'll probably be 12, 1 in the morning. West Coast, probably 8, 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock at the latest, or 10. But anyways, that was actually just confirmation. I heard it from like 4 places. Usually where I hear a lot of my Pokemon news. And before I do begin, I just wanted to let you guys know 2 completely irrelevant things that have anything to do with this video. First off, I want to let you know for all my Angry Birds fans like myself, a lot of people probably don't notice this. Probably one of my guilty pleasures of life, as I do like Angry Birds. It's actually it's a pretty enjoyable game in my own opinion, even though it's the same thing over and over. It actually involves a lot of talent, skill, and strategy in those games. Even though most of the what's it called, targeted demographics are kids, mainly little kids most of the time, or a couple preteens at least. I've even seen grown men and women play this thing whenever like they're not on a business trip or like I guess they're one of the managers or whatever. I've seen it in the airports, in the malls, anywhere, like pretty much in the movies. And there's even 40, 50-year-old motherfuckers I've seen play this. So I know it's not just little kids and teenagers that play this thing, you know? So, actually found out about 4 days ago Angry Birds 2 was released, and I've been enjoying the shit out of that thing. The only two gripes I have with the game is number one, they have like a life meter thing for the boss, and then number two, there's only three or like four birds you're able to use at the most. So they took that freedom away, unfortunately, in the first Angry Birds. Um, and then you gotta wait 15 minutes to an hour or 2 hours, or sometimes a whole day until like you're able to play it all over again. It's kind of like how Pokemon Shuffle was. You had to like either use the video game currency, or you got to use your own money out of your credit or debit card to like pay for to keep playing more and more and more to progress more into that Android, iPhone, iOS tablet game app, whatever you want to call it. So that's the only part that sucks about it, but the rest of the game, pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. I already beat the first world. I think I'm in Newport City right now. Newport City. It's funny because that's the exact same stage level in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Melee, and I think Super Smash Bros. Wii U that was used for like the Earthbound level, the one with Ness and Lucas. Which, ironically enough, they ended up. I'm surprised Rovio, the people that made Angry Birds, they didn't get sued by Nintendo for using that name because that originally belonged to them for Earthbound. And that's the first thing I want to tell you about. Second thing is completely irrelevant to this reaction I'm about to do is that if any people don't know, I actually heard that a lot of people were confirming that Shantae might officially end up being in the game pretty soon, a lot more sooner than we thought. A lot of people have been like places like GoFundMe, Indiegogo, Kickstarters, a lot of like websites like that, even Patreon. Um, a lot of people have been really, really like fascinated. They've been wanting even the Smash Battle to have Shantae and Smash Wii U for so damn long. And one of the female voice actresses might end up being in it. She did like several other um, voiceovers for Smash Bros. Wii U, which is crazy. I think her name was Christina Valencia. I know she's a Latina chick, so that's all I know so far. But I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video. Anyways, so I'm really really excited. I'm real hyped to see what's gonna happen here. Like always, I don't ever like show the thing I'm reacting to, but at times like this, I'm really glad I don't because I really don't want to get my channel shut down because of this reaction I'm about to do because it involves the Pokemon Zygarde movie at the end, the last 30 seconds of the video, at the video of the Pokemon movie, the one that was like Hoopa and the Bandit rings. Um, Holy shit, people! We are in for a fucking treat. I'm gonna put the link in the description box below. This isn't nowhere on YouTube at all. I only heard about it from 2 other people, like I normally hear from, like Mobile 19 and JPR 98. So I'm gonna leave the links in the description box below. Sorry, I had to like adjust my thing there real quick because my ass was killing me. Yeah, but besides that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I had to go all the way on Facebook. Mulvo, he actually left a link on his Facebook, not his Facebook, and on one of his videos when he was talking about it when it came out back in August 1st, which I had no idea this was even around until today, earlier this morning. I wanted to do a video of it then, but I had to go to work, of course, so I had to wait all the way till I got out of work, which was like 2 hours ago. It's like 6 o'clock. I usually get out 4, sometimes at 5. It depends if it's busy or not. Holy fucking hell, people! I am super hyped to look at this. I haven't seen it at all. I'm gonna put the link to the description box down below. He had to leave it to like a French or some European or French, Italian. I don't know if it's French or Italian, but he left it on a French Italian Facebook page. It's called Laboratory Productions for Pokemon. So shout out to the people that have this page. The video's still up there, so I'm gonna leave the link to the Facebook link so you can see this 30-second video that I'm about to watch. And links in the description box below if you want to watch this video or want to see it with me or you want to see it afterwards. There's any annotations as well. Let's get into this. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it in. And yeah, here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud, but at the same time I don't want it to be real low either. All right, here we go. I want to see this for myself. I don't know. Something was. I guess that was the ending credits. I don't know. Pokemon movie X and Y. Oh, that's the thing that pops out of the thing. Whatever it was. The Pokemon that pops out of the words. Wow. Oh my god. I love the freaking title on that motherfucker. Wow. Oh, it's this robot and that dude. What was his name? Clement. You know, Bonnie's older brother from the X and Y anime series. Holy crap, that was cool. The way that title shined though was pretty sick. So I know it's only like 30 seconds, but hey, better late than never. So this dude or chick, whoever it was that recorded this, they had some balls to be doing this shit. I know it's only available in Japan, so whatever Japanese dude or chick did this, hopefully they didn't go to prison for this, because I know that shit is very illegal. Unless in Japan it's totally legal to do that. I don't know how Japanese and cultures and customs and laws are over there compared to here in the United States, but whatever. Wow. I really like that. It's the exact same pictures that we saw when he was coming out of the thing before. I talked about this like 2, 3, maybe 6 weeks ago, early mid-July of last month. I was saying to myself, sooner or later, one of these people are going to end up going into like one of the Pokemon movies to see the legendary something of Hoopa. I always forget what that name is. I can't wait till it comes out, I think October, November this year. It usually goes on Cartoon Network, and then after that, the whole freaking internet gets it afterwards. Or I think you can probably see it on Netflix if you're lucky. I don't know. Or Hulu Plus. Whatever website servicing sharing site is available. Whether it's legal or not, and that's up to the person watching it. But anyways, overall thoughts, views, and opinions, there's not really much to say about this, except I did really like the title. They still use the exact same Pokemon little thing they've been using way back since I was a 90s kid, way back in 1998. Holy fuck, it's been that long. Shit. 20 years almost. I think it's August this month or September is when there's supposed to be like the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. Somebody fill me in on that. Or unless it passed already. So hopefully we get some special announcement news by it. Maybe Core might leak some brand new stuff or footage of Pokemon. Because I remember I've been hearing a lot of people say, oh, and the last thing I want to say about this before I start rambling a little bit, and it's not going to be that long, I promise. Is that number one, we finally got to see that little image where they show like the Mega Evolution or Primal version of Zygarde. So we all know, and then I heard a little bit of a faint cry, the same thing that Zygarde makes, because I remember when I was playing my Pokemon Next game about 6 months ago, when I finally caught him, he had that exact same like sound cry, whenever that dude's like crying or whatever, and he's about to go into battle, he does his cry, goes like that. So that was pretty cool. So we know this is either a Mega Evolution or a Primal version or a brand new Hyper, Super, Ultra, Godlike, and Superior Evolution, whatever Game Freak and Nintendo decide to call it, whatever it is, or Tokyo TV, whatever they call it. That's what it's going to be. Something brand new evolution. If it's not Mega or Primal, I don't know. There's that. And then the second thing I wanted to bring up is that holy shit, we know it's going to be next year in 2016 is when I'm going to start showing this in Japan first, and then it'll probably come here to the United States 3-6 months, almost a year later. So it might get it either mid-late 2016 or 2017, the year after, because that's usually how things work, you know. Excluding all I said to the side, as far as me, I'm going to be rambling for a little bit, so if you want to leave now, thank you very much for watching the video. For everyone else, don't want to hear my overall thoughts, views, and opinions on other stuff, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. I feel like, in my own opinion, like since like I said earlier, right? Like when I was saying that the Pokemon anniversaries, I think is coming up either August or September. Like I said, somebody quote me in on that. I always forget when it is. The Pokemon anniversary official date is. It might have been in August, but it was probably September because I was remember way back as 90 because I was about 7, 8 years old, back in 1997, 98 when Pokemon first came on the scene. It, I'm pretty sure it might have been September because I was in school when all these kids were talking about they were trading these things called. Because me at that time I was a kid, I didn't know any better. When Pokemon was blowing up and when it was at the top of its peak, when it was just first introduced in the United States. I know in Japan it was 96, over here it was 97, I think, or 98. I always forget. But I remember a lot of these kids were playing and they were trading a lot of Pokemon cards and they were having these little Pokemon figurines, Pokemon bookcases, wallets, other stuff like Pokemon book bags, a lot of Pokemon merchandise on them. And I told one of these dudes, this short little Puerto Rican kid, I think his name was Matty or um, Daniel, whatever the fuck his name was, I don't remember. It's been almost like 19, 20, 21 years. It's been a long ass time. I remember to ask him, hey, what are you collecting there? I want to know what that is. Oh, this is called Pokemon cards, and he showed me like two really badass looking owls. It was from the first generation of the TCG when Wizards of the Coast were still making Pokemon TCGs. I think it was Hollow Blastoise and Hollow Charizard, and he showed me like, oh wow, those look really really cool. You know, like so like where do you get these things? I'm really interested in this Pokemon franchise, and it's like oh you could just get them at Toys R Us, Walmart, Target. And you could rent the games from like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video because at that time, you know, this is way before they ended up shutting down. Sadly, in like 2010, 2011, 2012, I think. Then 2010 or 2009 was Hollywood Video, and then it was 2012. I think is when Blockbuster shut down because they ran out of business. But it was a thing back in the mid late 90s, you know, so you couldn't blame me, you know. And I was like, oh, that's cool, that's awesome. So I started getting into anime. He told me what time that they start. It was like I think 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock when they started because every time I got out of school at that time, I would always go to my house because I had to take the bus. I couldn't walk home because I lived like 400 fucking miles away from my place. I always had to live somewhere far from my school, unfortunately. I'm not gonna get into that because that's kind of private. But anyways, I remember doing that. The very first two Pokemon I saw was I think it was Bulbasaur and Rhyhorn, or it might have been Rhydon. I don't know. And I was just thinking to myself, little 7, 8 year old little me. I was like, oh wow, this is cool. Like, what's this Pokemon? He looks so awesome. And I've said this story like twice already, but just in case you're brand new to my channel or you're just subscribing for the first time, you want to know what I'm all about. At that time in the 90s, I wasn't just big on Pokemon, and of course the 2000s later on. I was an extremely huge fanboy at a lot of things, like stuff about like Armageddon, apocalypse type of shit, theory stuff, and doing arts and crafts and designs. I really like doing all those things. I really, really like going to places like the mall to play arcade games. I was pretty much, I wouldn't call myself a nerd. I was more of a geek than I was a nerd because nerds are usually the ones that are super smart and intellectual, and I was way opposite towards that. I mean, I wasn't autistic or a mental retard or anything. I was an average intellectual person, not super extremely Einstein, Tesla, you know, what's his name? Stephen Hawking's like intellectualness, you know. And I wasn't like that big, and just average, you know. I was really huge into stuff like Jurassic Park and everything like that. I was really big into dinosaurs. I used to like Lego, Connects. You know, back in the days when 90s kids and a lot of the other generations before me, this is when we're still doing stuff physically, you know. And yes, I played my video games, but I didn't play them every single day like I did like a couple years later in my teen years. I did that every single day, unfortunately. Because that's when a lot of this technology started going a little bit quicker and faster to this at this point on August 4th of 2015 as I'm doing this video. Yeah, you know, I was big in Jurassic Park, and the two Pokemon I really fell in love with, they looked a lot like dinosaurs, something I could get really deep into and get really addicted to, and Lord and behold, 20 years later, I'm still big into it, you know, it's crazy to imagine, because every time they made a new generation of Pokemon, a lot of people actually don't know about this about me, but I actually would say, oh, when they make the next generation, I won't get into it anymore. When they make Gen 3, I'll stop. When they make Gen 4, I'll stop. When they make Generation 5, I probably won't give a fuck about it anymore. Or Gen 6, you know. Ah, fuck it, I'm done with Pokemon, you know. But the thing is, with the rise when YouTube first came out and you were able to finally share your thoughts and ideas and opinions and views and all these other speculations, you had theories, segments, so many commentaries out there, videos. whereas millions of other people, maybe even billions of people around the world, that they share the exact same common interest with you. That in a way is kind of like the reason why I've still been into stuff like Nintendo stuff, where you when you get to your teens, when you get to a certain age in your life, when you're in your adult years and stuff, like you got to get out of certain things because it's seen as, oh, society sees it, it's too childish for you. Oh, you got to be into other stuff like adult things, get your bills and taxes paid and get a job and like do your career and be in a boring ass fucking shit like that. Even though some of that stuff is a necessity, you have to have a job and you got to have money and stuff. Obviously, that's the only way you're gonna live. Especially for my people that are over 21. If you're still living on your own or if you're still living with family, you better get your ass a freaking working job. Because I know it's really hard as fuck to get work nowadays, but back then it was a lot easier. Usually, you either gotta get it through a friend, or if you get super lucky as shit, then you might get a job. I don't know, but yeah, there's certain things in society that they still disapprove of. I mean, look at the stuff with MLP, My Little Pony. There's still a lot of people out there that still disapprove of adults, grown men like me. Are like, oh, you like ponies? You must be a homosexual faggot, motherfucker. You must be a child rapist or a pedophile. They drudge all of these so many fucking goddamn assumptions. It's fucking ridiculous, man. And I can't stand ignorant, closet, closed-minded motherfuckers like that because they piss me the fuck off. They make my blood boil. They just irritate the shit out of me whenever I have to run into a person like that. I mean, if I see them in real life, they disagree, I'll hold my tongue back even though I want to yell the shit out of them and tell them to stop being ignorant as fuck and accept people for who the fuck they are, But at the same time, it is what it is. I like to keep my demeanor in real life out there when I'm not doing YouTube videos, keep it to a minimum, I don't keep it. I'm not a very big, loud speaking, loud minded, ghetto ass motherfucker out there. I mean, I'll say what's on my mind, but I won't say it extremely rude or disrespectful, But other than that, yeah, I got way off track. Yeah, that's pretty much how I got into Pokemon. Ever since then, I've been on this ride for almost 20 years. That long. It's crazy how much time passes by when you have fun, If you agree with me or you feel me on that, that's cool. Besides that, oh yeah, the last two things I really want to say is like since the 20th anniversary of this generation of Pokemon's coming into like not into a close, but coming in very, very close in either August or September. Like I said, it was probably September when it was first around, so it's probably the 20th anniversary then. If it isn't this month, it's probably next month. It's either going to be one of these three remakes of video games they're going to do. They're going to make a sequel for Pokemon X and Y. It's going to be called XY or ZY or just Z for Zygarde, Superior Z, Intimidation Z, Dragon Force Z or something. It sounds like Dragon Ball Z, but it's not. Some very majestic, very epic, very badass sounding title that Game Freak and Nintendo always do for Pokemon games, main title games, of course. And it's either going to be that or they're going to. A lot of people were speculating like hell that they're going to bring back Red, Blue, and Yellow. I probably don't see that happening because it's been over 20 fucking years. They've had almost 4 goddamn remakes, dude. Literally. Like they had it with Generation 2 when he went back into Kanto again. Generation 3 or Fire Red and Leaf Green. And in a sort of a sense of a matter, they had it with Generation 4 when they had Heart Gold Soul Silver. They were able to go back to Kanto, get the Kanto starters, fight all the gym leaders, get all the Kanto Pokemon from Gen 1 and fight Red, and then fight the original Elite Four sometimes, and then you would fight, what's it called? A couple other people. You even see Gary again, and Professor Oak, and Ash's mom, Delia, even though that's not her name in there, and Gary's sister, Pretty much a lot of that remake's been around already, so I highly doubt there's going to be a remake for that. If they do make a remake of Red, Blue, and they never make a remake of the third one, I don't know why. It's always the original two. They never. I want to see them do that. I would really like to see them make a remake of the third trilogy of the game that came out 2 years later. That's kind of the spin-off of that one, but it has a little bit of a different storyline. I would really like to see Game Freak and Nintendo do that, but I guess it's in their policy, their contract. Maybe Satoshi Tajiri or Kensuke Mori or the other dude, Junichi Masuda, maybe they don't want to do that because it takes way too much extra time and money to build a project of a game that big. I don't know. I really don't know what's running through their minds, really, to be honest. And last but not least, the last two things I want to say is that if they don't make a Pokemon remake game of that, it's either going to be Diamond and Pearl remakes, which I actually would like to see that because I know I was a little bit more of an older kid. I was about 17, 18 when Diamond Pearl came out, and I was already out of high school and going into college my second year back in '09, or I think it was 2010 when Platinum came out. Actually, no, I was in my first year. It was 2009. And I was still really into them, experimenting more with life, a lot more a grown adult. I was already a young grown adult at that time, 20, 21 years old when I came out. And my God, it was pretty fucking huge. I'm not gonna lie, it was a real big deal. I really like what they did to Giratina. That was one of my favorite legendaries in that generation, by the way, besides Palkia and Darkrai. Those were the other two I really, really liked a lot. Um, but that's pretty much all I got to say there. And if they don't do that for that game, it's pretty much one of those three. Either the XY sequel remake games, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl like remakes, or Pokemon Red Blue and remakes. I doubt that's ever gonna happen. And in another 5, 10, maybe even 20 more years, they'll probably finally have a remake for Black and White, which I have no idea if I'm still gonna be doing YouTube by then. Holy fuck, that is a long ass time, but better late than never. Just patience is the word. Key word, people, is patience. And that's all I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen. So I've been rambling on way too damn long. I'm gonna put the link in the annotation and of course description box if you want to watch this on the French Italian Facebook page that I saw this trailer on. Oh, and Sarah B and I think Poke Beach and a lot of other people like Bulbapedia and all those other Pokemon.com. They were the ones that talked about this too before Movo and JPR. That's where they found their information. Links and all the information on the description box below. Peace out once again. Bros, women, bronies, and pegasisters. I will see when I see you guys. Good day, good night, wherever in the world. Don't drink smoke weed at the same time. Don't take the reckless. Excuse me. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it chill, keep it collective out there. And until then, that's it, guys. Peace out, late and goodbye. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Brand new videos on the shit almost every single day. And with that said, I will talk to you guys soon. You guys, stay easy, stay on the grind, stay safe, stay healthy out there. Be easy, be you, do yourself. And until then, I'm out like sauerkraut. I'm gone. I'm getting the hell out of here. And I'll talk to you guys soon. As always, people, stay tuned for more future content on this channel. And as always, stay tuned for more updates. Talk to you soon and goodbye.